flip fast like a Jersey breeze. Jennifer Morningstar's got the keys. Black nails flash, she's dealing fate. Pull your card now, it's checkmate. Spreads on the table, moonlight glow. She's got that vibe, you already know. Best collective, stars aligned. Future's calling, no decline. Shuffling truth, her hands don't lie. Every flip's a spark in the night sky. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. Shaw, she's Jersey's finest. Tongue cuts quick, her wit's the brightest. Pull a card, watch your world unfold. Mystic vibes, fearless, bold. Take it ahead like a mic on stage. Life's a story, she's the sage. From cups to swords, she knows the game. Morning star's the name, fate's her claim. Shuffling truth, her hands don't lie. Every flip's a spark in the night sky. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. Tarot queen, what's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails. What's my scene? Jennifer's got the in-between. Black nails, bold tails. Best collective never fails.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to your reading. Now, before we get started, please do remember that energy is interchangeable, so feel free to take messages, flip them, twist them, reverse them, however you see fit. If it doesn't fit, please don't try to force it. Feel free to check your chart and check your other placements. Past, present, or future, you'll tell me as time is fluid and we are all on different timelines. And as always, please do remember that these readings are for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget to smash that like button down below. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when new videos are posted. And as always, comment down below as you see fit. Excuse me. If you'd like to book a live read, you may do so by going to jennifermorningstar.me. The link is pinned in the chat, and it's also down in the description box below. With that said, let's get on with it. Hey, Felipe, how are you? Hey, Ola, how are you, my loves? How's everyone doing? All right. So the collective one, we got the almost personal. Now, for those of you who are new, the almost personals for me is where I delve into each individual. It's a collective read, but I delve into each individual topic. So it runs about as long, if not longer sometimes, as the all signs. And after I'm done with each individual topic and subject, we have categories and then subcategories for each category. And then after that, I also do an energy tap into each individual sign and house placement. So let's see. How has everyone been? All right, let's see. Let me work my way down here. Hey, Jenny, how are you, sweetheart? As soon as I seen your name in there, I got don't be fooled by the rock. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot, no matter where I go. So it could be a nice little change in your money for me to get that. All right, let's see. I'll give it a few minutes, see if anyone's up, anyone comes in. I like the late night reads lately. It's nice. It's a bit more intimate, you know? All right, let's see. All right, let's see. We're gonna start off with excuse me, collective. Start off with love messages. Hey beauty, how are you, sweetheart? You know what I just got for you, beauty? Walks by every day, her and love are the same, and beauty is her name. I hope that I can make you mine before another man steals your heart. And once that beauty is mine, I swear we will never be. So I don't know if you're single, but if you're single, there, even if you're not single, there could be someone who literally has their eye on you. This could be someone who sees you on every day or just sees you in your everyday element, like out in the 3D. This feels like, for me to get that hook, like, just walking by. Hey, Aqua, how are you, baby? It feels like a good energy though. If there's someone there, if there's someone watching you, this could be someone who comes through and it feels like someone who is, a keeper type energy. I like that. It's nice. Someone could already have their eye on you. Hey, Ann, how are you, baby? All right. So we're gonna start off with the love category and starting off with the singles. Let's see. What deck do I feel drawn to for the singles? Oh yeah, well, you know what I get from that specific hook. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, collective and singles. What I get from that for something like that to come through, I feel like this is someone who has their eye on you already. So I don't feel like this is someone you might not even know about this person. This could be someone who secretly admires you, who sees you. I mean, think about it. Listen to the songs. Walks by me every day. Her and love are the same. The woman that's stolen my heart, and beauty is her name. I hope that I can make you mine before another man steals your heart. And once this beauty is mine, I swear we will never be apart. That's a serenade of someone who they have yet to actually come forward and go, make their move towards the person, but they have built it up where it's like, if I had the chance with this person, let me tell you, I would. I'm hearing Rihanna. I want you to make you feel like you're the only girl in the world. Hey, it's me. How are you, baby? All right, let's see. All right, we're going to start off with love and singles. Now, let me see. What deck do I feel drawn to for the singles? Okay. I feel drawn to the Romeo deck. All right. Let's see. How do I want to do the layout for this? I want to look at your energy when it comes to love first. Knight of Cups. Well, you're definitely open for something. The Hangman, you could feel like there's just really nothing going on. Some of you, if you're sick, well, obviously you're single if you're focused on the single reading. Your energy when it comes to love, you might not realize it, but your light isn't on. You could be like, you know what, I'm ready for someone to come take action towards me, or, I'm open to see what's out there, but there's nothing really that's caught my interest. But you might not realize one of the hangups in your love life is no one really knows that you are on the market. High Priestess, Two of Swords to the Hangman. This is feeling like you can't catch a bite because it's like if you have a why don't all right, I'm drawn to like the analogy of like if you have this nice Ferrari, right? But you always keep it in the garage, so no one's gonna know that you fucking have it, right? Or you have this nice outfit and you never wear it, so no one's gonna know that you have this nice outfit. It's like your light's not turned on. All right. Hey, Kashish. All right, let's see. Anything available to her right now? Hmm. Tell me more about that Three of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. There could be someone who just got out of something long term. All right, so there could be someone. It feels like what's around you pertaining to love is could be someone who just got out of something long term, or this is someone who because I'm hearing that song looking for love in all the wrong places. Like this is someone who wants long term, bit traditional, could even be a Taurus with that King of Pentacles energy, King of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. This could be someone who just got out of something. They were looking for long term or they were in something long term. Regardless, this is someone who feels like they don't have the best luck. I'm hearing Halsey, I'm bad at love. They could feel like, they don't have the best luck when it comes to love. This is someone who wants something traditional, that long term, but feels like they can never win, you know? Three of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. Could be someone who's well to do. Wow, the Empress. Could definitely be Taurus energy is very highly emphasized here. Could be Libra as well with the Empress to the King of Pentacles. Some of you could have Libra in your chart or Taurus. Because Empress is the card of Taurus and Libra, but it's Venusian energy. Hierophant. Okay, this is definitely a fucking Taurus, bitch. I mean, these literally all scream Taurus. Literally, yes. The Empress can be Taurus and Libra, but the King of Pentacles, Taurian energy. The Empress, yes, it's both, but that includes Taurian energy. The Hierophant, that doubles down a Taurus. This could be someone who just got out of something. They could have just gotten out of some form of commitment, or again, this is someone who wants to find that one, but they feel like they never win when it comes to that, you know? This could even be someone who's very traditional and they want someone who wants that type of traditional type. They want someone who wants that fully committed, ever after type energy. And then feels like, it's always the same shit. Like the love market sucks. Like you want to find someone to settle down, spend the rest of your life with, and then you end up with, all these fuck boys, fuck girls, someone who's always looking for, someone else, some like third party could even be like they've dealt with third party getting cheated or just people who are non-committal. Hey, Juliet, thank you for that, sweetheart. All right, let's see. How could these two meet? The star. Wow. Six of Cups. I don't feel like you have to look for this one. This is giving like past life type energy with that Six of Cups there. I feel like this Six of Cups to the Four of Cups denotes the Ten of Cups. I feel like this is something that finds both of you when neither of you are looking for it. World card to the Star card. This could be someone where it's like it's star-crossed lovers, you know, a past life connection, or it's just a soulmate connection where you two find each other when you're not even looking for it. Okay. And what could be the possible outcome for these two? Eight of Swords. Why the Eight of Swords? Someone's all in their head. To the Judgment. To the Moon under the deck. What is this fear about? Three of Wands. Death card. Someone's fear could kind of be a kink in this, where it's almost like someone's scared of what the future might hold. Like if someone, like, let's go with this, right? Because we see the Three of Wands here and automatically made me feel drawn back to the Three of Swords, right? And you see this Three of Wands has a masculine there, right? So if you would identify as the feminine, right? You could find yourself feeling helpless if you are feeling like, well, maybe this person is taking too long, right? Like they're leaving you hanging. And it also feels like this person could like kind of want to take their time because they don't want to end up investing wholeheartedly only to end up hurt again, right? So this could be something that ends up being something that's more of a slow burner. Um, ooh, I just got drawn to Chiron. Chiron and Taurus, and we have all this Taurian energy. Oh. So this is a connection that could trigger wounds within both of you. Hence, it would be something that would be where yous are going to take your time, because this is two people who are wanting to make better choices with that judgment, right? They don't want to find themselves caught up in situations where they feel helpless, like they're caught up in situations that are basically repeat some. It's two people who don't want to repeat the past, and this doesn't mean repeat the past with each other as if this is a past person. No, this feels like a whole new energy, right? But it feels like two people, maybe you've both been burned. I mean, who hasn't, right? And because of that, you're both going to approach this differently. Hence the slow energy, all the Taurian energy, the slow Tortoise. Think of the Knight of Pentacles. It takes its time. It's slow as fuck, but it's the one that makes it to that finish line, right? So because neither one of you are wanting to get caught up to situations that you've been caught up in the past where you feel like you've gotten burned, it's going to take a while to make it to the destination. Does it have the ability? Yes. But this is something, it's going to trigger wounds within both of you and the way that you approach this, because neither one of you are wanting to repeat the past with each other. So whatever past shit you've been through with other people in the past, you, them, right? Neither one are going to want to repeat that with each other. Hence, taking your time and just like kind of waiting, looking ahead for what this could lead to. But at the same token, it's going to change you. We have that death card under the deck. Death is scorpionic energy. Someone could have Scorpio in their chart, right? But that death, it also, and that's the opposite too. Scorpio is literally the opposite of Taurian energy, right? So this is something that's going to transform you and the way that you proceed in relationships together. So it's a transformative energy, a healing star card energy for both of you. So this is one of those ones. It will take its time and it will transform both of you, but it will also heal you. I like that. I do. What is the energy between now and the end of the year for these two coming together, if at all? Four of Wands, King of Swords. This could happen this year. You could meet each other at a place, at an event. If you get invited somewhere, go. You can meet this person going to someone's house. This could end up being a neighbor or something with that Four of Wands. This is someone who you're going to meet in the physical 3D world. You know what just I got drawn to? Remember how I got drawn to that beauty song for Jen? But it goes with was it no Beauty? Jenny, I got the Jenny from the block for you. But this feels like someone who you meet in your 3D. You two are going to meet each other in your 3D. This could happen this year. For some of you, within the next 4 months. You could end up, if you're single, you could end up in a relationship with this person this year. So I like that. I do. But this is going to be one of those slow burners, and it's going to be transformative in healing. I like that. We love that. Hey, Wisdom. Aw, thank you, baby. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Oh, really? All right. Next up, we are going to move on to Involved. Involved, I feel drawn to this deck for you specifically. And I knew I was going to use this deck for y'all before I even went live. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. All right, let's see. And if you want to book a live read, the link is pinned in the chat and also in the description. Bookings are open till 2 a.m., so get it while you can. All right. What do we have going on for my involved? Your energy. Two of Pentacles. Their energy. Wheel of Fortune. The energy between the both y'all. Star card. What you can expect. Five of Pentacles. Okay. Your energy is the Two of Pentacles. This is feeling like you don't even know anymore. Where is this going? What are we doing? Strength card. Hmm. I feel like you're just sticking by this due to a sense of loyalty, you know? Some of you could be questioning a person's loyalty. Seven of Pentacles. Some of you, this could be someone with whom you've been together for a while, but at the same token, it's almost like, what are we doing anymore? Some of you could be questioning their loyalty. Some of you could be questioning your own. But this feels like someone who's trying to stick through, who feels like they've invested. This could be someone with whom you've been with for several years, and you feel like, oh wow, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. That denotes to Nine of Pentacles. This is like, you stay around for the sake of familiarity, or for the sake of loyalty. But at the same token, it's like, even if you're with them, you could feel like you're single, or you're just staying there because it feels safe, because it's what you've known for so long. Two of Cups, the Lovers. Three of Swords. Some of you are just choosing to stay with this person for the sake of familiarity, but at the same token, again, you could find yourself tempted at times with that Lovers dead in center. Some of you could have Gemini in your chart. Or again, you could be questioning their loyalty, or feeling like your loyalty is being tested. All right, their energy. Wheel of Fortune. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you could have kids with this person. Death card. Wow. I'm going through changes. Their energy. I feel like this person feels happy with the way things are, but the fact that it's the Nine of Cups, so that also makes me feel like someone who also feels, as long as they're getting what they want out of the connection, things are how they want it. It they're happy as long as things are the way that they want them, right? Um, Seven of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles to the Ten of Swords. This could be someone who's telling themselves, you know what, we've been together long enough. You're not going anywhere. It's like, it's not really going to end. You could even say that you're going to go somewhere, or that, this person could also have trust issues when it comes to you. If there has been any form of infidelity in the past, whether that be on your end or theirs, this person could feel like, enough times gone, where it's like, they're trying to get over trust issues, but they feel like they can't, or they feel like you can't. But at the same token, it could be something where it's like, feeling like you're not going anywhere. No one's going anywhere, right? But this also feels like, as long as things are the way that I want, as long as I get what I want, I don't care. That's what that feels like with the Nine of Cups Death card to the Wheel of Fortune. This could be someone who feels like, they're all about them, because Wheel of Fortune can also denote to, like, trying to control things, wanting things their way, wanting things to go in a way that they get what they want, right? Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups is someone's all about what they want. This could also be someone who feels like you're the one who has to make all the changes, where it's like, you would have to kiss and cater to what they want. And as long as you do what they want, they're happy. Now, it could be reversed, where they feel that way about you, where they feel like, they have to do whatever you want. And I don't feel that as heavily, though. Now, tell me about the star for both y'all. Six of Cups. Yep. See, you've been with this Six of Swords. Again, I feel like you've been with this person. You've got a lot of memories with this person. You've been with this person for quite some time. This feels like, no matter what, you always work things out. You always get past. I feel like you have a long history with this person. So this isn't someone who you just met online. This is for those of you who you have a prolonged history with this person. There could have even been some form of infidelity at the time, uh, during whatever amount of years that you've been with this person, or questioning one's loyalty. Um, I feel like you both mirror the energy 6-6. You both mirror the energy where you've been together. You have such a profound history with each other that regardless of what goes on behind closed doors, what goes on in the connection, you both are just kind of there with each other for that sake of familiarity and for all the years that are invested. Again, some of you can have kids with this person. Six of Cups can be kids. And even the Six of Swords, there's two kids in the boat. Some of you could have two kids with this person. This is like not going anywhere. I feel like this is someone with whom you work through a lot of stuff with, but it's like you always end up proceeding forward together, regardless of whatever goes on. Now, tell me about that Five of Pentacles for what to expect. Some of you, there could be something pertaining to a loss of some form of income. Someone could lose a job. Someone could start a new job. Ooh, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. Honestly, someone could decide to. This feels like someone trying to work on their own form of independence, right? You see how this Two of Wands is looking out to the future, right? And we have that Five of Pentacles that is being clarified with the Two of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, right? Someone, could be you, could be them, could want to leave this behind. This is like someone implementing a plan or working towards being able to, I don't know why I'm hearing no longer be reliant upon it. Some of you could feel like you're stuck to a situation because you're reliant, codependent to it, right? Some of you could be starting a new job. Five of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles, that makes Eight of Pentacles. This is someone trying to get on their feet, right? So that they can leave. Um, Ace of Cups, Emperor to the Six of Pentacles, 666 now. Ooh, what was that? Oh, all right, hold on. There we go. Some of you could just find yourself contemplating, should I stay or should I go? Some of you could find yourself, again, if you're debating, what am I doing here? What are we doing here? Where is this going? Or you just, you know, you stick around because you've been together for so long, so it's familiar, or you stay around for the sake of loyalty because you've been together for so long, but yet you still feel single. Seven of Pentacles to Two of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, right? Some of you could contemplate getting, you could find yourself deciding, maybe we should part ways. Maybe we are better off just being friends. Or you might be like, I'll give them a chance to step up, to level up, because Ace of Cups could also denote to another chance. The Emperor dead in center. This is like wanting someone to step up, embrace that energy, bring something more to the table than they're already bringing, especially if you feel like this is more so one-sided, where it's more so about the one person's way than the others, where it feels like there's a form of imbalance. Um, And if any of you are questioning a person's loyalty, or a sense of fidelity, you could be deciding to leave this behind and just start anew. Especially for those of you where it's a one-sided connection. As long as the one person gets what they want, they're happy. In the meanwhile, it's like the energy of someone who wants to have their cake and eat it too, and fuck all else when it comes to you. You could be deciding, you know what? That's not fair. I don't have to deal with that. I'd rather see what else is out there. So do with that what you will. But involved, that's what I got for you. The moon card wanted to show itself. All right, let's see. All right, next up, no contact. Let's see, what deck do I want to use for no contact? Let's go with the bones. All right. All right. This is for those of you who are in no contact. Five of Pentacles. So you're feeling lonely, oh, so lonely. And the Five of Cups too. Someone's singing boo-hoo. All right, what do we got going on for no contact? Your energy when it comes to the situation. World's card. Fool card. Endings and beginnings. To the Hierophant. Some of you could, wow, Wheel of Fortune. Some of you could be in the energy where you are finally being able to close this out, put this behind you, Wheel of Fortune. Some of you could literally be going off into a whole other connection. But this feels like someone who's learned to finally close this, put this thing behind them. World card to the Fool card to the Hierophant. This is literally, some of you are finally closing the door on this, putting this behind you once and for all, seeing what else is out there. It's like lesson learned. I'm finally ready to see what else is out there or just move on with my life. Literally, the Hierophant denotes to the lessons that we've learned, right? This is someone who is elevating. They're like, I'm ready to graduate. Let's get away from this fucking popsicle stand. Let's go. All right. Love that for you. All right. Their energy when it comes to this connection, when it comes to the no contact. Hey, Cassandra. All right, baby. King of Wands. The Emperor. Someone could have Aries in their chart. Also Leo, Taurus. There's that Five of Pentacles that jumped out before. Ten of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Two of Cups. Oh, I'm hearing Peaches, fuck the pain away. Fuck the pain away. I feel like this person, with that King of Wands, they're very prideful. To the Emperor, this is someone who thinks very highly of themselves. With the Five of Pentacles, though, this is given like someone who is very prideful, looking on to thinking that, it's like they look at you as, yeah, you could be trying to act a type of way with the Emperor card, but we both know that you still miss me, that you still miss me with that Five of Pentacles. That's what this feels like. Someone who's pridefully sitting there watching you. They could feel like, because I'm hearing put on a show. I'm hearing Britney Spears circus. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. This person could be watching you. They could feel like, some of you could be performers, or they could feel like you're performing a show for them, trying to act like, you're, oh yeah, I'm so over this, but meanwhile, you're still low key wanting this. This person can feel like they have no control over the situation, or they could feel like they're looking at you like you're trying to pull a power play, make it seem like, you're the one who has control over the situation, or, you're not over, like you're over this, you don't miss this, but they call bullshit. This would be the type of person who would look at you and say, yeah, you could be with someone, you could try to act like you moved on, but I guarantee you're still missing me. Now, this could be someone who's projecting. This could even be someone who was low key entertaining a whole other connection at the same token, still wanting this. They could be basically projecting their own form of performative arts. All right, hold on. Let's see. What can you expect between now and the end of the year for whomever this is? Remember, timeless read, when you find it, it's for you. But if this is resonating with you, let's see between now and the end of the year, whenever you find this, it's for you. What you can expect from this person. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. To the Star card, this person could try to reach out. This person is going to try to get another go at you. They're going to try to open the gateways of communication. This could be a text that comes in. Ace of Swords dead in center with the Star card right there. This could be someone who reaches out online, or it's like it's giving someone who's going to choose to wait for the right time. They will make a resurgence in your life. Some of you, this person could try to make a resurgence in your life when they see that you're happy and or moved on. Some of you, when you're in a new relationship, Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Hermit card, it's like all of a sudden now they want to pop up, the dead wants to rise. With that Lover's card, Temperance, to the Star card, though. Someone could drink, someone could like to drink. Um, oh shit, for some of you, what it's going to be is this person's going to see you move on, see you entertaining something new. Some of you just in a whole ass relationship, and it's like, oh shit, they really did move on. Maybe they really weren't missing me. Maybe I should hit them up. This would be like someone, like, say if you're pasting, listen to me. Say if you're posting something online like Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and it's, you and your boo, right? Um it's just like, oh shit, well, maybe let me hit them up online, or send that, or let me like their thing, or post a comment, try to open the gateways of communication. It's like someone's going to try to find another way to insert themselves and get the ball rolling again with you, try to get in on your good side again, trying to open the gateway of communication, right? um I feel like you're going to see it for what it is, though. I feel like you're going to see it for what it is. You're going to see it for, like, oh, what? Because you see that I'm in something new, or that I'm happy, or that I've moved on, so you want to come in. I feel like you're going to call it out, see it for what it is. Um, let's see. Possible outcome between these two. Justice. 10 of Wands. Why do I feel like that's this person basically getting their karma? And then the karma is basically the cycle's complete on your end. You're done with this. It's like, you have to catch me when I care. This is like, this. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me pull up two, Three of Cups, Six of Cups, the Hangman. I've got Jessie J living my best life, and who's laughing now. So I feel like this person's karma is to see you move on, be happy, and they're just going to be a thing of the past. And much as they were projecting, some of you could be a Leo, some of you could be a Pisces. But this person, whoever this person is, this prideful person who sits here and projects this whole thing of, oh yeah, I know they miss me. I know I know that they're just waiting, you know, and they see you move on. It's like they're basically going to get a taste of their own karmic medicine, and they're the one who's going to be basically hung up on you. All that they were projecting, talking about they're hung up, or saying that you're hung up, and I know that they just, well, they'll come back, or they're just waiting for me to, they're just putting on a show. Meanwhile, they're going to see, no, you've genuinely moved on with your life. Some of you with a whole ass other connections, some of you just living your best life, and they're just a thing of the past. And they are the ones who are going to be all hung up, caught up, and they're going to see, much as they want to be all prideful, like, oh yeah, they can't move on from me. No, they're going to see that they're the ones who are in fact unable to move on from you. So, no contact. That is what I got for you. That is your read. All right, let's see. All right, next up, person of interest. Just a minute. Let me grab a drink. All right, I'm trying to see which deck I feel drawn to for person of interest. Okay. All right, let's use this one. All right. Your energy when it comes to this person. King of Cups, Three of Cups, to the Hangman. Some of you could have strong water in your chart. To the Devil underneath. I feel like y'all got the lusties for someone. This is like trying to not let this person, like trying to not let it on when you're around this person. Um, for some of you, this is someone who you've low key had a thing for quite some time. Um, This could be someone who consumes your thoughts a bit, not gonna lie. With the King of Cups is someone who's in control of their emotions. Some of you, this could be someone you know through a social circle, social setting, through friends. Some of you could be a friend with that Three of Cups there, right? The Hangman. This is like someone who you enjoy being around. It's like you look forward to when they're around, right? You look forward to seeing this person. Um, I'm hearing Bush come down. I don't wanna come back down from this cloud. Taking me all this time. The Hierophant. To the Knight of Wands. Yeah, see, look, this is someone who with whom you've got the lusties for. You're a bit consumed and you quite enjoy being around this person. With the Hierophant dead in center, this tells me this is someone who you see in the physical world, right? Whether this is at the job, at the market, at the coffee shop, at the auto shop, around the neighborhood. It's someone who you see, you know? This could be someone with whom you purposely try to hang around a little bit longer just to into them, right? Okay. So, how does this person view you, if at all? Ooh. Ace of Coins. Okay. Ace of Swords. I don't feel like you really. Four of Cups. You know what this is giving? I feel like they view you as like they're invested in getting to know you more, right? This could be someone with whom you've never really spoken with, but they're aware of you, right? The Empress. Wow, this is someone who holds you in high regard. Queen of Coins to the Lovers. Now, here's the thing though. They could also view you as someone who's completely oblivious to them, not interested at all, right? With that Four of Cups but getting that Ace of Pentacles, with that Ace of Swords dead in center. This feels like someone who feels like they view you as someone with whom they would like to have a form of baseline with you, but it feels like they can't even get their foot in the door with communication at the center of it, right? It's like you got to actually have a conversation with someone, in order to actually plant any form of seed, right? You have to get the connection going. So this feels like more so a look-see-loo type of connection, but looking within the actual 3D, not looking online, not looking on Tinder or Bumble or Grinder or whatever the fuck you're on, right? Okay. So let's see. What are their what are their future actions towards you between now and the end of the year, if any? Ooh, Tower. Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords. Why does this feel like they're just going to rip the band-aid off? Wheel of Fortune. This feels like they could just decide to rip the band-aid off. Could even catch you off guard. But this is like someone I feel like they're gonna let it basically, kind of sit in their head more than anything. until they finally say, you know what, enough, I'm just going to do it. So this could be someone who's a bit of an overthinker as well, especially if it feels like you're coming off as someone who is just disengaged, disinterested. They could even view you as someone who doesn't even really notice them, right? And this feels like they might just say, fuck it, I'm going to rip the band-aid off instead of, being all up in my head about it, thinking, worst case scenario, I'm just going to introduce myself, or start a conversation. That's what this feels like. They're shooting their shot with that Wheel of Fortune under the deck. This is like, I'm just going to go for it. Let me take that off. All right. All right. So what could be the possible outcome for these two? The Fool card. Judgment. To the Hierophant. Wow. As soon as that Hierophant came out, I literally heard the intro of "Go into the chapel and they're gonna get mad." Now that doesn't mean you're gonna get married to this person, especially this year. This is, I feel like you're both going to end up taking a chance, basically taking a chance on this. I feel like you're both gonna choose to just say fuck it, and this could end up being a long-term committed connection. I mean, we literally have three major arcana. The Fool card, that's taking that leap. With that Judgment there, this is like, ooh, to the Hierophant. This could actually be something that ends up going from 0 to 100 real quick, where you end up both, you know, maybe against, better judgment, just say fuck it and you just jump all in with this person. This is like giving, like, when and you're just gonna basically both say fuck it and just do it. It's like taking a major risk and just going all in on each other. So this could be something that, it takes a while to get past, to get actually to the talking stage, but it's like once you actually have that foot in the door, this could be something that goes from 0 to 100, where you both, I'm not saying, overnight, oh no, we're just gonna automatically, we just had a conversation, that's it, we're gonna get married. No, I'm saying, like, you take your time, you get to know each other, but it's like the more you get to know each other, the more you date or whatever, the more it's like when and you might just both just say fuck it and just go all in on this, on each other. And this could end up being a long-term connection. So do with that what you will. Let me know how that turns out. Person of interest, that's what I got for you. All right, let's see. All right. Next up, we are going on to their feelings. Just a moment, guys. Okay. All right. Let's see. Which deck do I want to use for what I feel drawn to for their feelings? Oh, okay. All right. All right. The person that you're here for, what are this person's feelings? How will you know who this person is first? Queen of Wands, very attractive. Three of Swords. Ugh. This could be someone who did you dirty. Nine of Wands. This could be someone with whom you had some form of ending with. Someone could have cheated. This could be someone with whom This could be someone with whom you felt intimidated and like they're just so attractive. Of course, you know, they like you were scared of getting hurt. With the 9 of Wands, with that 3 of Swords, Queen of I meant to say Queen of Wands. I almost said Queen of Cups though. Somebody could be a water sign. But this is like you've used someone as so attractive that you're like, oh, there's got there's this has to be someone who basically, you know, you know what it's given? If someone looks so good and they have their own form of insecurities, right? So instead of like being like, oh my God, this totally attractive person is into me or wants to be with me, they just view it as, oh my God, there's a totally attractive person. They'd obviously, you know, they could have anyone who's better. This must be someone who walks out the door fucking thrusting their hips, you know, or pumping up and down, right? This could be something where it just like ended before it even began. Yeah, look, World's card. Some of you could be someone who was at a distance. 3 of Wands to the World's card, 7 of Cups. This is someone could have left it behind because they felt too intimidated. It's almost like there's no fucking way, you know? That's what this is giving. Queen of Wands, bookending the 9 of Wands. This is someone who was intimidated by someone because it's like they're so fucking attractive. There's no way that they would just want to be with me, you know? When they have all these fucking options. That's what that's given. So this is someone who's definitely fucking insecure. And again, this could have ended before it even began with the world card. This could be someone who you met online, or there's just distance between the two of y'all, like physical distance, 3 of Wands. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. How does this person feel about you? 8 of Pentacles, world card, 6 of Pentacles. I'm literally hearing work, 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 work. I feel like this person doesn't, not gonna lie. Look, I hate to burst someone's bubble. I mean, I could be talking to a cross watcher. But then again, it's a collective read. So take it how it resonates. Whoever this is, their back is turned to this. This is someone who's more so focused on their work. You see, they're literally sitting there, they're focused on their work, the world behind them. This is like closed out behind them. 6 of Pentacles. This is someone who's not giving to this, they're giving to their everyday practical life. They're not really think about it. This is someone who's basically with that 7 of Wands, it's like they view this as this was a done deal, you know? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. This is someone who does not sit and bask in situations. This is someone who does not allow certain things to basically get in between their happiness, let alone, you know, their goals. So this is someone who their back is turned and they feel like, you know, this is just closed out on them. Um, Now again, you can reverse this, you know, take it however it resonates, but if you're masculine dealing with a feminine, regardless of your gender, there's no gender in tarot, right? But this is like if you're dealing with a feminine and you were intimidated by, you know, again, doesn't matter for the gender, that we all have masculine and feminine within us. We all have that sense of duality. We all have that yin and yang, right? But this feels like they're not even thinking about this. They're more focused on like some of you, their work, their everyday 3D. This is someone who does not put their energy towards things that just are not in their life. They're not present, you know? This is someone who has no problem closing things out. It's like, okay, well, that didn't work out. Moving along, you know? How they view you, if at all. It feels like they're not really thinking about you at all. Queen of Cups, Death card, to the King of Pentacles, to the 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. This person could view you as someone they were willing to invest their energy, see where something went, but at the same token, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It's like I'm not going to waste my time. Some of you they could view you as a time waster, take it however it resonates. But the 9 of Swords to the 7 of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles, this is someone they view you as, you know, I was willing to invest, but I'm not gonna sit around wasting my time losing sleep over something, if especially if this didn't get off the ground. Um, Queen of Cups to the Death card to the King of Pentacles. This was someone who was wholeheartedly willing to look at you towards, seeing where something would go. But if this came to an end, it's like, all right, well, then that changed that. Their future actions towards you between now and the end of the year, if any. Ten of Wands, Four of Cups, Hierophant, Two of Wands. No, I don't feel like there's any look, they're not thinking about you. They're not look, again, reverse it if you need to, okay? Take it however it applies to you. But this feels like they have seen this as, learned it, done it, moved on. They've dropped it. They're not interested in focusing their and this is the type of person who they're all about what's ahead, not what's behind them. If a door closes, they're okay with allowing the door to close, right? This is not someone who's going to try to force a door to open. And it just feels like this is something that's behind them. They're just like not interested. They're not giving anything to it, you know? So, outcome for the both of you. Four of Wands, Five of Swords, the Chariot, the High Priestess. Okay, there's not going to be any form of communication or healing between neither one of yous. This could be someone who's very spiritual. This could be someone who's spiritually attuned. High Priestess, Temperance to the Justice card under the deck. As soon as I saw that Five of Swords, some of you could have air in your chart, some of you could be an air sign. But with the Four of Wands bookending the Chariot, with the Five of Swords dead in center, the Five of Swords is giving like that masculine energy where it's like someone who is telling themselves, oh, well, we're just playing some form of love game and this will come together or we'll be together. Meanwhile, someone is literally just moving on with their life. It's like the other person is wholeheartedly just moved on with their life. Someone could even have an actual physical move. Four of Wands to the Chariot. Someone could literally even find themselves in a whole ass relationship, moving in with someone in said relationship, and the other person is telling themselves, ooh, baby, no, we belong together. We'll be together or something, or they still want me or something like that. I don't feel like there's anything coming from this other than whoever identifies as the masculine in the situation. Again, we all have masculine and feminine, so take it how it resonates to you. Whoever identifies as masculine between the two, this person is basically it's like they could self-sabotage. If you were the one who identifies as a masculine energy in this read, you could sabotage your chance for any form of relationships moving forward because it's like you're still focused on this thing when this other person has put it behind them and far moved, long gone. Could even be in a whole ass other relationship. Um, so be careful of that, right? Because I feel like, especially the High Priestess, that's silence. It's crickets, it's flatline. This thing is done. But Five of Swords can be self-sabotage, you know, especially if someone's basically still saying, oh yeah, well, we have unfinished business. It's like, no. Especially if this is like a situation where someone was too scared to shit or get off the pot, right? Or, just too scared to start anything. It ended before it even began. So you're holding it as, well, it's unfinished business. No, maybe it's unfinished for you, but it's completely finished for them. And again, you could reverse this, take it however it resonates to you. But that is what I got for you. That is your read. This is feeling like it's for someone who just they're unable to let go. It's someone who has regret. You know what? That's why I always say That's what this is given, like coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? I always say in life, never regret anything. The only thing you'll ever come to regret in life is the chances you never took, right? So let's say if you were the one, you basically decided not to take a chance on a situation because you were feeling insecure, intimidated, right? So now you are the one who is holding the onto this thing because you can't let go because it's the not knowing what could have happened or what could have been because you didn't take the chance, and that's why you can't let go of it. Meanwhile, the other person's wholeheartedly put this behind them. They're not even thinking about it. Their focus is literally upon everything else that's actually there going on in their life. It's giving where it's like, well, if it's not in my life, it's not in my thought, you know? But much as it's not in your life, it's in your thought because I feel like it's the regrets of the coulda, woulda, shoulda, and what it's the not knowing because someone didn't proceed forward. And that's something that you need to work on, because you could be your own form of detriment and hold yourself back from other connections moving forward because you're still holding on to this one thing, because you're holding on to the idea of what something might have been because it's basically all the unknown variables. But the thing that you have to know is you made the decision that you did that closed the door on the situation. So that's it. I mean, you can't reopen the door. Like, think of your closing a vault. You can't open the vaults, once it, like, say if you're sealing the vault, if you seal the vault shut, you can't get it open again, right? Look at it like that. But that's what I got for you. All right, let's see. Moving along. Moving on to the Monte Hunte. All right, let's do career and finance. Let's use this deck. All right. Now we're moving on to career and finance, starting off with employed. Let me see something. Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. Remember, if you want to book a reading, you may do so by going to the link pinned in the chat or in the description box, jennifermorningstar.me. Bookings close by 2 a.m. All right, what do we have going on? Your energy. Ooh, employed. Money's looking good. Secure as fuck. Wow, nice. All right, so some of you, this feels like good news in order. Some of you could find yourself hitting a milestone. That this feels like you're gonna find yourself feeling secure. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Lovers. Some of you could be getting chosen for a raise or promotion, right? Some of you, if you're well, this is employed, so I mean, we'll do unemployed coming up next. But for employed, this feels like you're good. Four of Wands denotes to you're secure, right? If you're employed, which is, this is the employed part. This is like you're good where you're at. You're going to be there for quite some time, right? If any of you have been on the fence pertaining to leaving a place that you're at, you might just decide to stick it out, just because you feel like, you've been there long enough and you're secure where you're at. You might second guess it. Yeah, this is like, I don't want to do something that I'm going to regret if I leave one place and go to another. But yeah, if you're worried about your money, things could take a nice little turnaround and feeling solid and secure. So, employed, that's what I got for you. All right. Next up, unemployed. What do we have going on for unemployed? The Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, the Fool card. Some of you could decide to take a chance and just start ooh, wow. Well, shit. If you are feeling called to take a chance on doing your own thing, maybe you want to get into investing, or maybe you want to open up your own business. This feels like fortune favors the brave. This is an opportune time. If you're feeling called to do something, act upon that thing that you're feeling called to do, because the seeds you plant today will be feeding you well down the line, is what that feels like with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles right there. This is telling me Emperor bookending the Fool card with the Ace of Pentacles. You could find yourself feeling called to take a gamble, take a risk on doing something, investing in something, whether this is investing in yourself, starting your own thing, planting the seeds for your own foundation, for your own business, or maybe some of you getting into investing or stocks, or maybe you want to get into like real estate or something like that, something where you would actually invest in one way, shape, or form, whether this is physically, financially invest, or just, energetically invest towards some form of endeavor. It feels like this could be something that actually benefits you greatly in the end. Now, if you are looking for something, which if you're unemployed, I would think so, right? You could find something that ends up paying really well, something that you would find yourself, sticking with for years to come. This could be something that has like all the benefits, 401k, all of that. Um, some of you could find there could be something about a startup. Whether this is some of you could find yourself there's a startup company taking a chance on you, or you're taking a chance on a startup. Some of you find yourself investing in someone's startup. Um, And for others of you, there could be like a new business, something new that opens up, or some form of new opening for you, for those of you who are looking. Um, this feels like if you're looking for something, you will find it. And some of you, even if you find something to do in the meantime, it feels like some of you, you'll find some form of employment, but at the same token, even if you're working for someone else, you could find yourself feeling drawn to say, you know what, fuck it, I think I'm going to start doing something for myself on the side. In which case, answer the calling, because now more than ever, it's an opportune time. Whatever seeds you plant today, it's an investment in yourself that will pay off down the line. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Emperor. That's like boss mode, right? That's like someone who runs their own shit with that Fool card. This is you taking a risk, regardless. But unemployed, that's what I got for you. All right, next up, self-employed. What do we have going on for self-employed? Three of Swords. Okay. Okay. Page of Swords into the deck. Three of Swords, Six of Pentacles to the Emperor. All right, so things could feel like a bit hit or miss. If you've been going through a bit of a rough patch, things could be getting better, getting a bit more balanced out, is what that feels like. Especially with that Six of Pentacles dead in center. Some of you could have an idea to do things a little bit differently, or you switch things up where, you implement some form of special or something, or some form of switch up, and that helps you out as well. But if you've been, feeling like you've been kind of stressed, or things have been a little bit rough with the business, it feels like the rough patch is going to come to an end and things are going to balance out. This isn't saying you're going to be like on top of the world, but things are going to get better. Six of Pentacles, from the Three of Swords to the Six of Pentacles, it's going to get better from what it is. This could be more pay, more clientele, more orders, whatever it is that you do, right? For some of you, more traction, like say if you are an influencer or something, right? um, but again, I feel like some of you could be deciding to do things a little bit more, a little bit differently. Yeah, this is like getting intuitive hits. So some of you could get some ideas where you feel drawn to switch things up a little bit, and these ideas bring positive change to whatever it is you are doing. So trust your intuition, let it be your guide. All right, let's see. All right, next up, retired. What do we have going on for my retired babies? All right, let's see. Five of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Okay. The Empress, the Eight of Wands. I mean, it feels like money is good. You're stable. You're all right, right? But some of you could find yourself feeling like you're just not happy, right? It's like wanting more. It's like wanting, maybe you're just tired of the same old routine, right? It feels like you could find yourself going a bit stir crazy as well. Some you could find yourself wanting to travel. Some you could find yourself feeling a bit unhappy and restless and wanting to travel. I feel like travel would make you feel better. That's what this feels like. This is like someone who maybe you've been retired for a while. You know, you have no complaints. There's nothing to complain about. You're good. Life is good. Ten of Pentacles to the Empress. But with the Five of Cups, it's feeling like a lack. Like you're just hold on, guys. Okay. But it's feeling like almost like something's missing. Like you're just not happy, right? It's not that you're sad or anything. You're not fulfilled, you know? And with that Eight of Wands, it's giving like almost like stir crazy, restless, like maybe you're just someone, you're retired and now your routine is just, you wake up, rinse, repeat, um, turn on the TV or turn on YouTube and you don't really do anything anymore. This could be feeling like excuse me. Holy shit. Someone could smoke heavily. Hold on. I don't know if someone's a chain smoker because I got drawn to the energy of smoking. Some of you could find yourself giving up smoking if you're a smoker. Um, but this is feeling like however you're showing up every day in the world, it's wanting to it's wanting to change that because you're feeling like you're just depleted where your energy is just like bleh. It's like someone who feels blah. So I feel like especially I'm drawn to Leo season. Some of you could have Leo in your chart, but with that Eight of Wands, I'm really getting drawn to Leo season. I feel like by Leo season, especially, you're gonna feel this energy bubble to the surface where you could even do something on a bit of impulse to try to switch up your everyday. Um, because like when you're retired, you show up in the world, all right, so you're not going to work every day, but at the same token, there's other ways that you could put your energy into the world on a daily, right? Um, but some of you could be feeling like, you know what, it's time to do something. You finally really feel like you're being pushed where it's like boiling to the surface. Like I'm drawn to boiling water, right? With the Five of Cups and the Eight of Wands, this is literally fire and water where it's like bubbling and boiling, where it's like, you know what? We're gonna switch shit up. I feel like that would benefit you greatly as well. Yeah, see, look, Wheel of Fortune to the Justice. Wow, look at that. So you're gonna find yourself feeling really pushed to switch things up because you're just gonna find yourself feeling like you're over the everyday mundane of it all and wanting to feel alive again, right? It's like you're retired, but you're not dead, you know? So do with that what you will, but retired, that's what I got for you. Oh, really, Cassandra? All right, let's see. Next up, disabled. What do we have going on for my disabled babies? Oh, full card, star card. Okay. The Emperor, very popular. Nine of Pentacles. Some of you could decide to put yourself out there, look into self employment, doing things online to try to make extra money. Full card with the full card book ending the Emperor with that star card dead in the center. Some of you, ooh, for those of you who are disabled, you might find yourself being able to support yourself, venturing off, doing things like online. I'm getting drawn to online with that star card. Some of you could decide to take a chance and put yourself out there on the internet. And obviously it's not going to happen overnight. It never happens overnight. And if it does, you don't want it. What happens fast doesn't last. If you want it to last, it has to take its time, you know? Um, but it feels like you could find yourself able to support yourself by doing stuff, putting yourself out there, being your own boss, self-employment, right? Um, you know what I just got drawn to? There's this one chick. She's disabled. She has no arms, right? And she literally puts herself out there. She does her makeup. And what she does is she has her husband hold like the makeup brushes and stuff like that. And then she like does her face all up while he just holds the brush for her, you know? So there's a market for anything and everything, right? So some of you could find yourself being able to supplement your income by literally putting yourself out there on the internet and pulling in some form of influence and basically being your own boss, you know? But I love that for you. Um, so if any of you are feeling like hopeless to a situation or anything like that, I feel like things are going to be good. If you're feeling drawn to do something, do it. You know, we literally have the full card book ending the Emperor card, right? Two cards of Aries, and then that star card dead in center. So if you're feeling called to put yourself out there because that could be how you basically are able to supplement your income, really basically, take care of yourself, you know? So do with that what you will, but disabled, that's what I got for you. Hey, Quinette. Oh, yeah, you seen her? All right, let's see. All right, now we are moving along to general messages. All right, so we're going to start off with pulling some oracles, see what wants to come out. All right, let's see. Bookmark. There could be something that you've been holding off on doing. If you've been contemplating, like there's something that you've been wanting to do, maybe you've had some form of idea or towards some form of endeavor or whatever it is, right? But this is like, you know what? You had an idea, you put it on the shelf, and now you're contemplating maybe it's time to pull that one off the shelf and like let's give it a go. You know, you could be doing something like that. Some of you could get the feeling inspired to revisit some form of idea, something that you've wanted to do, revisit something that you basically shelved, where it's like, you know what, we're going to take that off the shelf and we are going to proceed with this, whatever that is for you. Could be something that opens opportunities for you. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Endings and beginnings. Ooh, masquerade. Masquerade. Ooh. You could have some form of ending with someone. This could be someone that you deem as a karmic connection. Um, Someone with whom you held the door open for. This could be someone with whom you've invited in your home, you've had in your home. This could be someone who you just live near, right? Right. But this is giving where it's like, I see your seeing someone's true colors, seeing someone for who and what they truly are. There could be a form of ending with something with you and someone. This is like, no access. It's like the mask falls off. Seeing who someone truly is, seeing for someone for who they are, not who you want them to be. This could be someone with whom you hold a spot for, you've always held a spot for, but at the same token, it's like seeing them for who they truly are, not it's like if you had rose-colored glasses towards someone, it's like taking those glasses off. You're seeing someone, the mask is coming off. You're seeing someone for who they truly are, not who you'd hope that. Like, let's go with this analogy. I say this all the time. Look, people will fall in love with the idea of potential of someone. You cannot invest in the potential of someone because just because you can see the potential of someone, that doesn't mean that they're going to live up to it. They would have to want to live up to that potential because everyone holds a form of potential. But at the same token, if they're refusing to meet themselves towards that thing, people this is where like people will even get resentful at other people because it's like, yeah, they could have a lot of potential and they could do so much with their life. But if they hold a bar low for themselves, so they say, well, this is all it's going to be. And yet you can see all of this for them, right? And they could be so much more. But at the same token, you have to see people for who they choose to be. So much as they could potentially shoot off to be this great, if they only choose to be this great, you're signing up to invest yourself towards the potential of something that's never going to happen because they've already hit their peak because they're not trying to go any further than who they are, who they're presenting themselves to be. Some of you could be opening your eyes and seeing that where it's like, you know what? I'll always hold a spot for you, but at the end of the day, I got to see things for what they are, see you for who you are, not who I'd hope you to be, right? Again, it's a karmic connection, right? And look, people hear karmic, they're like, oh my God, no, it doesn't even have to be romantic. Karmic connections are ones that are meant to teach us things, right? You go to school, it's not bad. Some of you might feel like, going to school is bad. Maybe you hated school, right? But there's nothing bad about it. You learn. And this is just someone who's meant to teach you. Maybe this is someone who's meant to teach you to accept situations and people for what they are, not for the potential of what they could be. Seeing things for what they are instead of seeing them through a rose-colored lens, right? You're welcome, baby. Thank you for being here. Hey, Brittany, thank you for that, sweetheart. All right, let's see. Ooh, career opportunity. Ooh, ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Nice. Some of you a nice little turnaround when it comes to your career. Things turning around for you for your in your favor. Career opportunity. Some of you a big break. There's something that you want pertaining to your career. Guess what? Could be happening. Literally, the career opportunity, the karma. This is things turning out in your favor. You're getting some form of wish fulfillment pertaining to a career. Whether there's a specific job that you want, or there's a specific um, thing that you want your career to peak at, or whatever. Right? This feels like things are turning in your favor. So that's good. That's nice. Let's see what else. Creativity, soulmates. Ooh, ooh. Some of you could switch up what you do. Some of you could meet someone who's a creative. Some of you could meet someone who's going to change the way you view things. Could even be something about it where you know how sometimes some people come in your life and it's almost like everything changes. This could be someone who changes your point of view, or eh, maybe this is someone who changes what it is that you want to do in a sense where it's like maybe like say if you're one of those people, you settle for a life less than, right? And then you meet someone, they come along and they make it seem like anything and everything is possible, where it's like you decide that you no longer want to settle for a less than life. You've always had these dreams or goals or aspirations, all these things that you wanted to do, and it's like, you know what, you're feeling inspired to, say, you know what, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to take a chance and do these things, right? It's like feeling inspired by someone who comes along and changes everything. And that doesn't have to be romantic. But this is giving the energy of like, that's what this feels like, you know? Sometimes in your life, if you're lucky, someone could come along and there's just something about them so profound that you don't understand it when at first, but had you not met this person, you know, they leave an impact on you, and they help you navigate change. Some of you change the trajectory of your life where it's like maybe you got off course and you don't realize something about this person kind of helps you get back on course with your life, you know? Abandonment, forgiveness. Ooh, there could be someone on the outs with you who wants to repair things. Now also be mindful for some of you there, because this abandonment also gives like a five of pentacles. Some of you could have something where it's like, you know, like think about it. If this is like five of pentacle energy to the abundance, this is almost like for some of you like rags to riches, but it's like if you're like down and out and then things are finally good, and then it's like someone all of a sudden wants to come back in now that you're good or things are good or something like that, you know, or maybe someone you felt abandoned by someone, and it's almost like being kicked when you're down, and now that you're up, they want to see that they basically want to come back in. It's kind of what that feels like. Now, also, if any of you find yourself in a situation where you're doing good, and yet someone who kicked you while you were down or left you down and out all of a sudden wants to come in, be mindful of that because this would be someone who's hoping to basically get their hands on whatever you got going on. I heard trust people as far as you could throw them, especially that bitch. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Some of you could find yourself dealing with respiratory issues or sinus issues. If any of you are like, because now I'm drawn to the chain smoker analogy again, right? If any of you are like chain smokers, heavy smokers, maybe some of you vape or something, because you see how down here it's like all lit up. That's making me feel like, you know, vapes and stuff like that. And now I'm wanting to cough. Some of you could find yourself dealing with some form of respiratory health issue that is meant to basically kind of push you to finally give up that shit, right? So it could be issues with breathing, lungs. Um, but this is something that might actually be like that wake up call that you need to finally, you know, put the cigarettes down or get off the vape. Yeah, because now I'm feeling like coughing. Hold on. All right, let's see. I know I used this one already. All right, let's see, use this one. All right, hold on. Okay, let's go on to the main spread now. You know what? Just hold on a minute. All right, main spread. All right, overall energy for y'all. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups. Okay. Happen to let you know that I got a crush on you. Some of you could be crushing on someone. Someone could be crushing on you. Some of you could have a secret admirer. Some of you could be secretly admiring someone. Um, that's what this feels like. Some of y'all got new love up ahead. Some of you can meet someone, start talking. This could be someone who you meet while traveling. Some of you can meet this person around August. Some of you can meet this person when Leo is in Jupiter. Some of you between August and September. I'm literally hearing the song, See You in September. See you when the summer's through, at the end of summer. And now I'm hearing JT's Summer Love. Some of you could start talking to someone, start entertaining someone. Um, and this could be someone who doesn't want it to just be like a summer fling. All right, let's see. Some of you could be crushing on someone though, or just ready for love. What you can expect. Ooh, I love this death card. It gives Poe. Wow. Some of you can expect a Scorpio. Wow. Or an Aries. Someone could have Aries in the, I almost said 12th house, 8th house. Empress. Okay. Wow. You got a lot of changes up ahead. Now they're not bad. These are good changes. Good changes. With that Empress under the deck and the Temperance, it's heavily emphasized. These are good changes. Not bad. Right? You got a lot of change, a lot of transformative energy. Think about it too, especially on this full card, we have butterflies. Those are transformative, but butterflies also give like that scorpionic energy. So some of you have some form of new start in your life. But this is positive changes. I'm drawn to Pluto. Some of you might want to look at where your Pluto is. Some of you could be having a Pluto return. You have some new start up ahead. Whatever this is that you're taking a leap upon, this is going to bring significant changes to your life. But positive changes with that Empress under the deck. You have positive changes up ahead. Why is it all happening? Five of Cups. Maybe things have not been great in the past. Five of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles under the deck. Maybe you feel like you've been through it. Maybe you feel like you could never fucking catch a break. But you know what? I feel like you've been through it, but you've done the work. So this is like, even when you don't want to, you get up, you do what you got to do, right? And because you didn't just give up, you kept going. This is like, it's not just reward from the universe. These positive changes are coming because you chose to get up and keep going. You chose to put in the work, do what you need to do, even on the days you don't want to, right? Even on the days you feel like shit, even on the days you feel like crap, even on the days that you want to cry, right? Five of Cups to the Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. It's like we push through, we work through it all, we do what we got to do, we show up for ourselves every fucking day. It's a choice, still choosing to show up, even on the days that you don't, especially when it comes to showing up for yourself. And because of that, you have some form of beautiful new start up ahead of you. Beautiful changes up ahead. This is giving like as within, so without. Possible outcome. The Hangman. It's a form of realization. Ten of Swords. I'm sorry, Ten of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Eight of Swords under the deck. So Hangman to the Ten of Cups dead in center with the Four of Pentacles. You're going to realize why it was all worth it. Also realizing why everything had to play out the way that it did. The fact that the Ten of Cups is dead in center to this is like coming to realize why everything had to play out the way it did, you know? This is giving, and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change a thing. I'm literally hearing 30 seconds to Mars, wouldn't change a thing. You're going to realize why everything played out the way it did and be in this energy where it's like you wouldn't change a thing because you're going to find yourself truly happy, truly fulfilled. Eight, 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 by the way, eight of pentacles, eight of cups, eight of swords, with that six of wands dead in center. You overcame yourself. Eight of swords denotes the self-imposed prison. Eight of cups, someone's not happy, right? And you notice here we had the five, and now we have the eight with that six of wands dead in center, right? You're not happy. You're going through it. Your mind, you just don't want to do things, but you choose to push through, work through it, right? Show up even on the days that you don't want to. And because of that, you overcame a cycle, an internal battle. This is you. Again, did I not say as within, so without? So because this is you overcoming a form of internal battle, now your outer experience is going to be a reflection of your internal world, right? So I feel like this is you coming out of the internal battle, overcoming whatever within. And now, whatever changes you've gone through or you will go through, they're so significant that now your 3D experience is going to transform in a really beautiful way. Think about it. The tower dead in center with that death card to the fool card and all this transformative energy. The tower comes when we're rebuilding, right? And now we're rebuilding fresh. This is like, we're not even rebuilding on the same ground that the tower fell. We are rebuilding elsewhere on new ground, right? And finding yourself very happy for it and realizing why it all had to play out the way it did. I like that for you. I do. So, collective, that is what I got for you. That is your read. All right, let's see. Now we are moving along to individuals for an energy tap. All right. Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. All right, starting off with Aries and first house. Remember, if you want to book a live read, make sure to get it in now because the bookings are about to close. They'll be closed by 2 a.m. and it's 1:35 a.m. here, Vegas time. All right, what do we have going on for Aries and first house? Queen of Wands, Five of Swords. Don't trust her, don't trust her, don't trust me. And then I heard, tell your boyfriend if he says he's got beef that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. She wants to touch me, woo. Don't trust a hoe, don't trust cause a hoe don't trust me. Wow, and the Seven of Swords is under the deck too. That's wild. I didn't even see what was under the deck when I got that. So you could find yourself dealing with trust issues. You could find yourself not trusting someone. um, some of you can feel like someone's trying to play you. Some of you also be careful. You could find yourself really getting in your head. The Queen of Wands is literally your card. It's cardinal energy, card of Aries, right? So some of you could find yourself letting shit get to your head. Some of you could even have like made up beef in your head. This is like someone who's basically beefing with themselves. Paranoia will destroy you. Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Some of you be careful. Don't allow your mind to get the best of you, where you're literally pushing yourself to the point where it's like you got made up beef with someone, right? That's what this feels like. You can find yourself being a bit paranoid when it comes to just people in general. Um, so just be careful of that. Don't let that shit like don't get all in your head about something. Don't if you have to overthink it, the mind can be a very dangerous place, right? Especially an idle mind will wander just as much as an idle hand, right? And your mind can be your own form of detriment. So just be careful of that. Now, of course, if you have every reason to not trust someone, then do you. But this feels like, especially with that Nine of Swords to the Seven of Swords, this is like a bit of paranoia, and that Five of Swords, this is like you feeling a bit paranoid, where it's like, maybe you feel like people are out to get you, or, you feel like, you've got beef with someone. Meanwhile, there is absolutely nothing going on. You're like, like, put it like this. People will fucking like people think that like they're the center of the world, in the sense where it's like they're so self-conscious that they think that everyone's looking at them, and it's like, oh my God, everyone's looking at me, or everyone's thinking this and that. Meanwhile, you're not even a blip on their fucking radar, right? People make themselves more important than they are. So just be mindful of that you don't, kind of get a little carried away with the theater of the mind. All right. But Aries in first house, that's what I got for you. Hey Crystal, how are you, sweetheart? Hey Ginger, how are you, baby? You too, my love. All right, let's see. All right, next up, Taurus and second house placements. What do we got going on for my bull babies and second house? All right. Eight of Pentacles, King of Cups, King of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you could be working things out with someone, could be a Scorpio, could be a water sign. Some of you just feeling content. Some of you just, this is like content, focused on your work more than anything. Some of you could be working on kicking a drinking habit. Some of you could be balancing a sense of work and play, because King of Cups can be someone who indulges, someone who drinks. Um, some of you could be trying to work something out with someone. King of Pentacles, yeah, see, King of Pentacles to the Three of Cups to the Ace of Swords. Some of you, there could be something pertaining to discussions. Maybe this is like business discussions and compromise, right? It feels like things are going to work out for you regardless. Whatever it is that you're wanting to work out for you, things will work out, is what that feels like. Especially we have that Three of Cups next to your card, the King of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, Ace is definitely a yes. So it feels like it feels like things are just working out in your favor. And if you're trying to work something out with a water sign with that King of Cups energy there, it just feels like things work out, whatever it is you're trying to work out. Maybe you're trying to work out negotiations, contracts, delegations, whatever it is, right? But things working out regardless. So, Taurus and second house placements, that's what I got for you. All right. Next up, Gemmy Gems and third house placements. What do we got going on for my Gemmy Gems and third house? Four of Swords to the World card. Some of you could stop talking to someone, could stop talking to an Aries. With that Fool card under the deck to the Tower, to the King of Pentacles. Now, some of you, with that Four of Swords to the World card, the first thing that I felt was some of you could be traveling and not telling someone, or just not telling anyone about it. This is like, keeping something to yourself, quietly, or going through some form of ending, going through something that you're not really telling anyone about. Some of you, there could be some significant changes behind the scenes that you're just kind of keeping to yourself. Four of Swords. Four of Swords denotes to quiet. privacy, right? Like think of like the privacy of our own bed, right? But this is giving just more so private from the world with that world card there. Some of you could just find yourself being low key about something in particular. This could be an endeavor, something that you were actually doing, or just some form of change that you were going through in your life, right? Some of you, this could be a change between you and someone, right? But regardless, this is like being quiet, not really telling anyone about it. Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's see what else we got moving forward. Next up, Cancer babies. What do we got going on for my Krabby Patty babies and fourth house? Happy birthday season, bitches. It's our birthday season. July 9th here. I think that's the first time I've ever said my birthday on here. Yeah, because I think even when I did the birthday live, I didn't say the date that I was born on. Any of you, any birthday twins out there? Let me know when's your birthday down below. All right, what do we got going on for Cancer and fourth house? The Magician. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Two of Swords. You could find yourself blindsided. For some of you, there could be some form of manifestation that comes through that you could find yourself blindsided by. Um, this is like a pleasant surprise. Some of you, some pleasant changes. But that's what this is giving. So now, of course, it's your birthday season. For some of you, this could be, a pleasant surprise. You're blindsided pertaining to maybe like, a birthday surprise. But it feels bigger than that with that, especially with the magician to the Wheel of Fortune. Just a moment. I'm drawn to with that Wheel of Fortune and that magician. It's making me feel like when Jupiter leaves your sign and enters Leo, there could be that manifests that you something that you've been manifesting for yourself, some form of manifestation of yours could come in as as we turn into Jupiter and Leo, as we leave as Jupiter leaves Cancer and moves into Leo. That's what this feels like. But with that Two of Swords, this denotes to you're gonna feel blindsided by this because it's almost like when like when you throw something to the universe and you just like kind of let it go, like you throw something out there and you don't really think of it, you don't dwell upon it. It's like if it's something's going to happen, it's going to happen, but in the meanwhile I put that out there and now I do what I got to do moving forward. And it's like, next thing you know, you're blindsided. Hey, remember that order you put in? Hey, guess what, it's here. That's kind of what that's given. So kudos to you. Cancer in fourth house is what I got for you. All right. Next up, Leo and fifth house placements. What do we have going on for my lovely lion gang? All right, let's see. Tower. Hmm. Oh, Three of Swords. Some of you could go through a breakup. That's what this feels like. To the Tower, to the Three of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles underneath. Some of you could be going through a breakup. Some of you it's like you think that you're good. Now, it doesn't have to be a breakup between like an actual like lover. This could be, you have a falling out with someone, and you feel betrayed, so you just have some form of falling out and then you're independent from the situation. This could be friend, family, lover, but this feels like going through some form of split. Um Now, for those of you, there's no one involved, be careful. There could be some form of injury. This could be like, you're walking through the house, or, there's like the way I'm seeing it, it's like if someone goes to put their foot on a step and like maybe the step breaks, like say if it's like an old basement, like I'm seeing like the basement wood steps or the old creaky ones. And I know it's not everyone, obviously, but it's like, it could be some form of mishap where there could be some form of minor injury, especially like around the ankle. I'm drawn to the ankle, it's like maybe you twist your ankle, whether it's going up the stairs, going down the stairs, maybe you trip over your own foot. Maybe you're someone you tend to trip over your own foot. For some of you, this could just be you literally having some form of mishap and a slight injury. Nothing too bad, but bothersome enough. Um, I feel like you'll be all right. Again, especially we have the Nine of Pentacles to the Star card. I feel like you'll be all right. You'll recover. You might need to just, stay home, stay off. Like, could be an ankle. I'm drawn to the ankle heavily. Doesn't have to be, but this, even if it's just like, a handful of people, um, someone needs to hear it. And again, for others of you, could be some form of falling out between you and someone. Um, whether this is romantic or not, though, it's all dependent upon you and your situation. Some of you could be deciding to say, you know what? I'm going to let this tower fall. I'm okay with letting this connection go, regardless of whatever the connection pertains to. You could feel like you've given someone chance time and time again. And now you're like, you know what? I am okay with being independent from this connection and allowing the tower to fall and leave everything where it is. So do with that what you will. But Leo and fifth house is what I got for you. All right, next up, Virgo and sixth house placements. All right. High priestess to the lovers, to the emperor. Some of you, there could be someone with whom you're not talking to. This could be someone who you view as them. They could be in a whole other connection. And you could be telling yourself, even though we're not together, I know that they want to be with me. High priestess to the lovers. This is like willing to be, some of you could be fucking around with someone who's in another connection. This is like being someone's dirty little secret, because the high priestess with the lovers, that could be like the other woman, right? The one in the secret, right? Emperor under the deck, two of cups, four of pentacles. For some of you, you can't let go of someone who's involved elsewhere, right? Some of you could be telling yourself that they still want to be with you still want to be with them. This is like, even if they're in a connection, well, we'll still be together, maybe we belong together. Now, for some of you could be fucking around with someone who is already actively involved. This is like someone who is fucking with like a married man, married woman. I just say man at first because the emperor card, and the emperor could be a husband. To the two of cups, this is like someone who's already tied elsewhere, committed elsewhere in another connection. Lovers, two of cups, emperor, and that four of pentacles. This is like, yeah, but he or she, they're going to leave their partner for me. They're going to leave their wife. They're going to leave their husband for me. So I'm going to stick it out. I'll be their dirty little secret, because they tell me at the end of the day, they love me. They want me. They're going to leave them for me. Don't do that to yourself, sweetheart. You deserve to be happy too, is what I feel inclined to say. Now, some of you could be coming to realize your worth and saying, you know what? I'm not going to be someone's dirty little secret. You know what? I deserve to be happy too. If you want it, then you can fucking put a ring on it. But I'm not gonna get involved if you got a ring on yours. Some of you could be embracing that energy too. Um, this feels like secret lovers shit. This does. So you got to do with that what you will. Some of you, if you could be fucking around with someone who is already involved. Um, in which case you have a decision to make, you know? Do you want to be someone's I keep hearing that song, "You're my little secret. That's how we gonna keep it." That's an old ass song. I can't even remember who sings that song. Um, some of you might find yourself deciding to be someone's little secret. Some of you, it could be someone who you can't let go of, who is in another relationship, and you're telling yourselves that you're with them, but I'm the one that has your heart. Even look at this lovers. You see the heart? So just tread carefully is what I feel called to say. Tread carefully, because this feels like a very messy situation all across the board. Um, one where it doesn't it doesn't do you any good at the end of the day. That's obviously not going to be everyone. It's very specific. So that's why we have all these other signs and houses for you to watch. And if you don't resonate with your actual sign, look for the house that that sign sits in. So, like, say if you have a Virgo 10th house, watch the 10th house. You might find resonance there if the actual sign of Virgo doesn't resonate. It could be the actual house that it sits in when the planet. So do with that what you will. Virgo in 6th house, that's what I got for you. All right, next up, Libra, 7th house placements. What do we have going on for my lovely librarians? And 7th house. The Emperor. To the 10 of Wands. Ooh, 5 of Wands. Could be conflict at the workplace. Could also be conflict with an Aries or just conflict, stress at the workplace or with someone who's very controlling and domineering. Could find yourself dealing with some form of argument with someone. Some of you could find yourself feeling like you're dealing with some form of hostilities. Could be in the workplace just because of that Emperor. Doesn't have to be. Or you're just dealing with some form of hostilities with someone who is very domineering, very prideful, very hot-headed, right? So be mindful of that. Now, some of you could just find yourself feeling in this energy where you yourself are just feeling very temperamental, right? Maybe it's like the straw catching the camel's back, right? Some of you could find yourself pushed to the brink where, your breaking point is met. It's like the straw on the camel's back, and then, you're the one, your temper, you're very short-tempered and just have zero tolerance, right? It's like if Libra was basically, holding themselves, choosing to hold themselves as a form of mental prisoner, right? Where it's like all the things they want to say, they deal with it, they deal with it, they deal with it in stride, which goes hand in hand with, like, think of like the people pleasing aspect where it's like you're trying not to make waves, but eventually the scales will tip. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle. Here's my shout. When I got steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over. And well, some of you are getting pushed to the tip inside of the scale, and it's coming out. Like, this is like a bitch is ready to throw hands. I'm not saying you're gonna throw hands. Don't, please don't. But this is like, push to the brink, push to the boiling point. And now others of you could find yourself dealing with someone who's very temperamental, in which case, you could feel like, oh God, now I got to deal with this fucking asshole, in which case you can feel like you're walking on eggshells. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of your own temper is what I feel inclined to say as well. But Libra in 7th house, that's what I got for you. Hey, XN. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Next up, Scorpio and 8th house placements. What do we have going on for Scorpio and 8th house? The Empress, 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Some of you could be incoming you could find some of you could be word that someone could be expecting. Now, some of you, this could be reconnecting with a mother figure. Some of you could be news of a pregnancy with that Empress. If anyone's been trying to get pregnant, you could come to find out maybe you're late, and then, you take a test and boom, guess what? There's going to be a bambino. Um, if you've been waiting on some form of good news, it could come in. This feels like for some of you could be. It feels like almost like nice unexpected, well, it might not be unexpected, but it just feels like an influx of something coming in, right? 3 of Wands denotes ships coming in, but with the 8 of Wands underneath, this is almost like it comes in faster than you think, right? This is gonna be some form of nice turnaround for you that comes in faster than you think, or some form of nice change. Um, some of you, something can take off. The Empress can denote to growth and expansion. There could be something that you've been putting your energy into, in which case, your ships could be coming in and, coming in a lot faster than you thought, right? Something good, something some form of abundance, because the Empress can also be like abundance type energy. Hey, Brittany, thank you so much for that super chat, sweetheart. But it feels like you could just make feel like it's raining, like abundance in your life. Like you just feel like, you feel like there's a lot of good going on, is what this feels like. So there could be some form of expansion in your life. If you've been waiting on something, this feels like something coming in and comes in faster than you think, but that's all I'm getting for you, Scorps. It's not really giving me anything else, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Scorpio in 8th house, that's what I got for you. Next up, a fucus and 8th house placements. What do we have going on for a fucus in 8th house? Four of Cups, Nine of Cups. A lot of you could find yourself in this energy of just not really wanting to be bothered and just wanting to basically do you. Um, that's what this feels like. A lot of you could just find yourself in this energy where it's just like you're just not really interested in mingling with anyone, just more so kind of focused on doing you. It doesn't feel like someone who's basically trying to self isolate. It just feels like someone who just is not in the mood to be bothered. Someone just who wants to do their own thing, without, having someone up their ass. That's what this feels like. So you could find yourself just, kind of wanting to do your own thing and not really be bothered with anything or anyone else. Um, yeah, but a fucus in 8th house is what I got for you. All right, next up, Sagittarius and 9th house placements. What do we have going on for Sag and 9th house? Two of Cups to the Justice card. Ooh, Four of Wands. What? Some of you could be making it official. Some of you could be tying the knot. This is literally getting married and walking over the threshold. Now, for perhaps some of you, you are literally deciding to cross the threshold with your person, move in with each other, right? Or you are literally tying the knot. Some of you could meet someone who you're going to tie the knot with. Some of you could be moving in with someone. Temperance, there you are. You're either tying the knot or moving in with someone. And if you're single, some of you, this could be maybe you are literally signing some form of new lease, because Two of Cups can also denote to contracts. So if you're absolutely positively single, there's absolutely no one in your life. Some of you could be signing some form of contract when it comes to a home contract with the Four of Wands, right? Or there could just be some form of opportunity for you that denotes coming to some form of agreement and or contractual obligation. Justice card with the Two of Cups, this denotes two contracts and legalities. Four of Wands, some of you, this could be signing the lease, signing the deed. I was going to say signing the house, but I almost said selling the house. Some of you selling a house. It's like finalizing something. So do with that what you will. But Sag in 9th house is what I got for you. All right, next up, Capricorn and 10th house placements. What do we have going on for my Cappy Caps and 10th house? Fool card to the Death card. I love this Death card. It's giving Poe, isn't it? I love that. Skulls, ravens. I love it. Six of Wands under the deck. Wow. So some of you could be taking some form of risk that changes everything and really pays off. Some of you, this could be some form of risk pertaining to your career. This is like some form of, you could do something that pays off big that changes the game for you. Some of you take a risk on something that could change your life. Some I want to say forever. But with that Six of Wands, this is like a form of recognition. For some of you, this is like a raise of promotion or publicity, right? I feel like you're going to take some form of risk. You're going to feel called to take some form of risk, right? And if you actually act on this thing, take this risk, take this chance, this could be a chance that whatever this is that you do, this is something that changes everything for you, all in a good way. So do with that what you will. Sweet simplistic. I feel called to leave it. Capricorn in 10th house, that's your read. All right, next up, Aquarius and 11th house placements. On for my aqua babies and 11th house. Ace of Wands to the Judgment. Nine of Wands. There could be something that you've been on the fence about doing for quite some time. You might just decide to say, fuck it and do it. That's what this feels like. Ace of Wands to the Nine of Wands. That denotes the Ten of Wands. This is almost like maybe you've been on the fence because Nine of Wands also denotes the being on the fence, right? And eventually it gets to the point where it's like, I'm done thinking about it. I want to just be about it. And that judgment call to the Ace of Wands, maybe something inspires you to say, fuck it and just take a chance on something. Do this thing that you've been on the fence about regardless. I feel like you're saying fuck it and you're just doing something. Um and it could be because you feel inspired, maybe something or someone comes along, you feel inspired to just say, you know what, I'm going to do this thing. I'm tired of being on the fence. I'm tired of thinking about it. I've always wanted to do this, so I'm just going to do it. Making like Nike and doing it. But Aquarius and 11th house is what I got for you. That's your read. I almost wanted to say Pisces. So for some of you, you could have Pisces in your 11th house or Aquarius in the 12th house. Do with that what you will. All right, last and most certainly not least, Pisces babies. What do we have going on for Pisces and 12th house? Two of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles under the deck. Some of you could find yourself feeling like it's time to switch things up. It's time to change things up. Maybe you're a creature of habit, rinse, ring, repeat. Some of you could be switching up your routine, switching up your daily activities. But that's what this feels like. Someone who is switching up their activities, their daily routine, right? Six of Cups is like history. It's like with the Six of Cups to the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, this is a note to someone who they're known for, their habit where it's like they have their routine. It's always this, and that. And Two of Pentacles can denote to switching things up. So if you've like had this routine of always doing this, and that, or rinse, ring, repeat, you're switching things up is what this feels like. You're going to feel compelled to switch things up in your daily routine or habits. Um, yeah. I feel like you're just feeling called to switch things up. It doesn't feel like anything bigger than that. You're just switching up your day-to-day habits and or daily routine. Some of you could find yourself just, switching up your room or something, because I'm also being drawn to like some of you can look into feng shui, but this is like, rearranging things as well, but changing things in your physical and or day-to-day daily habit. So Pisces in 12th house, that's what I got for you. Hey Kim, how are you, sweetheart? All right, my loves, hold on. Let me come up here now. All right, with that said, we are going to move along to the mini reads. If this is where we say farewell, thank you so much for being here. I absolutely love and adore every single last one of you. I hope you all have a fantastical rest of your day, night, whatever time it is where you are. I love you all. Be well, be safe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Timestamps will be done once I'm done with the live reads, all right? So let's see. Excuse me. All right, all right, all right. All right, give me just a minute while I set everything up for the live reads. All right, we're about to start with the live reads. I've added 1 hour on the clock if anyone else wants to order while I'm doing the live reads, but once that's done, that's done. All right. All right, starting off with Felipe. All right, let's see. Let's read what you got. Mm, okay. No, wait, that's not the one I'm looking for. I am looking for. Mm, no. All right, let me see. I feel drawn to this one first. All right. Will you find love soon? Maybe. You might have to put yourself out there more, though. All right. I feel drawn to this one. to try to get an idea on a season. Moon card. I feel like, yeah, but you have to put yourself out there more. You have to make yourself available to it. You could come off where it's like, how's anyone? Didn't I say this for one of the signs earlier? Where it's almost like, how is anyone going to know if you're even on the market if you're not really putting your lights on, right? If you want something, you could have it. You just have to, kind of turn your light on. Let it be known that, you're available, that you're on the market. Um, you could come off a bit aloof or a bit of a mystery. I feel like I feel like I feel like people feel in the dark with you where it's almost like they can't even tell if you're looking for anything or if you want anything. Is what this feels like. I feel like if you were to really just like kind of turn your light on, because it feels like, especially I got drawn to this deck for the clarifier, right? So it's like feeling like you're a bit in the dark. People are in the dark when it comes to you, where it's like you could have people around you and they wouldn't even know that you're interested or looking for anything because there's just you're not emitting that energy of like approachable or open on the market. Some people put off an energy that is more closed off or refined, where it's just like their switch is off, right? Like I'm drawn to think of Marilyn Monroe, right? Marilyn Monroe, she knew how to harness the energy, right? So it's like she was at in New York one time. I think it was like in Times Square, right? And she was with her friend, and they're surrounded by all these people, and no one knew it was fucking her, right? And then she goes to her friend, "Do you want to see me turn it on?" And she didn't do anything other than it was like a internal switch when it comes to the energy, and she allowed her energy, she flipped the switch energetically, where all of a sudden they started noticing, oh my God, Marilyn, Marilyn, right? It's like that switch. You have to turn that switch on because otherwise you could be there, but no one, you could be there and you could be open, but no one knows that there's a vacancy there, right? It's like now I'm drawn to like if you see like those old hotels on the old roads where it's like vacancy, no vacancy. It's like, but if the light's not on, at all to say whether it's vacant or not, you have no idea. It's like you don't even know that it's there. You don't even know that the hotel's there if the light's not on, you know? That's what this is giving. So, I mean, will you find it soon? I mean, you could, but that's really all dependent upon you. Um, because it takes action on your part, you can't just expect it to be, the pizza delivery person coming to the door like, hey, I got your pizza, I got your pepperoni, and hey, can I get your number? So I mean, do with that what you will, but I mean, could it be soon? It really all depends upon you. That's what it's giving me. It depends upon you. um you got to turn your light on. That's what I'm drawn to, you know but I hope that helped, my love. All right, let's see. Next up. All right, Cassandra, you are next, my love. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Okay. Will John G break no contact? I feel drawn to this one for you for the yes no part. Will they break no contact and text you this weekend? They could. They definitely could. I feel like they're back and forth upon it already. Let me see. What deck do I feel drawn to? I feel like this one, the bones. Get to the bare bones of it all. I don't know if you have social media. I'm drawn to stories. I don't know if like you have like Instagram or Face or any app where it's like you could post on your stories. They could eat like I don't know if you have like any form of social media that they know of where it's like you could notice them looking at like if you were to post something that has like a story to it where it shows you that they've looked at it or they could even like do something that like that's nonchalant where it's like a post or something like that. It's like baby steps into oh, you do Insta. Because I'm drawn to stories and seeing who views it and someone who could literally yeah, see, look, 6 of Cups even. 2 of Cups. 2 of Swords. They still think of you. Knight of Cups. I literally heard that song. At night, I think of you. I want to be your lover, baby, if your game is strong. This person has fond memories. They still think of you. 6 of Cups to the 2 of Cups to the 2 of Swords. I feel like they think about communicating. They're not sure if you would be open to it. It's like they stop themselves because they're scared. They're scared of what happens if they hit send. Could they? They could. If you were to have something that were like a public story or something like that, or I'm drawn to like stories and like seeing someone literally look at it. Could even be like an account that you don't recognize, but it's them. I feel like they want to talk. They do. What's the advice? Let me see. What deck do I want to use for advice? Mm, Let's go with this one. Trust your gut feelings. If you feel like they want to talk, you're right in that. Now, here's the thing too. If you're feeling called to reach out to them, trust your gut, right? If you're feeling inclined to just hold back and allow them to come towards you if they want to, trust your gut. Your gut is going to be your ultimate teacher in this thing. I feel like this is a situation that is pushing you to trust your gut. So like let's put it like this. If you felt inclined to pull back, right? And just allow whatever would want to happen, and that's why the cards are as they are with the situation, right? And you're feeling inclined to just stay back, then just staying back, you know? Let them do the work. If you feel like you had to pull back because you felt like you were the one doing all the shit, you know, and you need them to step up, then trust what your gut is telling you, right? Don't worry about the when or if. Like if you felt called to basically fall back and allow it to be whatever it's going to be, just stay doing that. If they're going to come towards you, they will. Are they definitely lingering on this shit still? Absolutely. Do they want to talk? Absolutely. Um I feel like if you had like public stories or public posts, they would use that as a form of way to kind of tip their toe back into communication with you. It would start with like a snoop where it's like if you put a story, you would see them popping up on viewing your story. If it's a post, you might see them accidentally hit a like the way I'm seeing it is almost like someone scrolling on Instagram. And you know how if like you scroll and then you accidentally hit the like, and it's almost like they hit a like on something like an older thing where it's like, oh, so you were basically, scrolling through, It kind of gives that. Okay, so yeah, so here's the thing. If you're feeling the energy, that's why. Because he's definitely feeling you. He's still like on this. And I feel like he wants to talk, but he stops himself. But at the same token, if you yourself are feeling, if your intuition is telling you to just stay falling back, that if he's gonna come towards you, then let him do it on whatever time. Because here's the thing. If he wants to leave it sit for however amount of time, he could let it sit for long enough that you actually feel inclined where it's like, I don't even care if you fucking hit me up. I don't even want to talk anymore, bitch. You know? But trust your intuition. If your intuition is telling you to just fall back and let it go, trust it. Just like if you can feel his energy, look, you'll be able to feel when someone's energy is pinging on you versus not. And it can be annoying. It's like that fucking little that it's like that buzzing mosquito in your fucking ear. It's like bzzz, like bitch, go away. All right. Doesn't mean you have to entertain it, right? It's just like when you pick up on a ping from someone, it's just like if the phone was ringing. If there was someone calling your phone and you didn't want to talk to them, you don't have to answer it, right? The energy goes both ways, but you can decide to not give it any energy, right? This could be something that's more so meant to kind of build you up when it comes to your intuition, right? And use your own sense of discernment. Um, so if you're feeling inclined, where it's like you're feeling the pings, it doesn't mean you have to answer and reciprocate the energetic pings. Just like even if he were to actually hit you up, you don't have to give into it. It could be annoying when you're able to pick up on someone's energetic ping towards you, especially if they don't actually act on it. But at the same token, this could be something that's almost like a building block for you to learn to kind of block off your energy where it's like you're able to kind of stonewall that type of energy from penetrating you and you can basically move along with your life, right? But yeah, they're still on it. They still think about it, but they stop themselves. Could they? Sure, but I feel like you'd have a better chance of them showing themselves on some form of social media if you were to have anything set to public. I feel like that would be how they would nonchalantly try to work their way back in because it's almost like I don't know what happened with between the both y'all, but it's almost like they're kind of scared and the fear holds them back. So it's like if it could be something that's more so kind of nonchalant where it's like, okay, well, let's just, maybe send a request or, hit a like on a picture or something like that, or take a look at the story, like dip our toe in making our presence back, more back in your presence, you know? Well, you know why, Cassandra, too? We have uh we have Mercury retrograde coming up. Isn't that on the 29th? Mercury retrograde. Not only that, Chiron moving into Taurus relate well, it depends on what your rising is. If you look at your rising, you can see where Chiron sits in your chart. Um, but I feel like you could be you could find yourself heavily affected by the retrograde. I don't know why I feel called to say that. Um, and it might not just be with this one. You might even start to feel like other people kind of ping up, and this could even be non-romantic, right? You might actually have a bit of a resurgence during the retrograde, but this is because things are meant to play out and finish out once and for all, regardless of whatever the cycles are pertaining to with the people, you know? You're welcome, Felipe. Oh, wow, is it? Happy birthday, Cassandra. Why did I get drawn to going into the whole thing, the whole spiel about, the retrograde and remembering when it starts? If your birthday's the 29th, they they might wish you a happy. Do they know your birthday? Do they know your birthday? They might use that as a window, That could also be why I'm drawn to, like, the social media too, where it's like if you had something public and it was like, posting happy birthdays or some shit like that, could be something like that too. They could use that as a window to get in. But I mean, could they? They could, but I feel like they stopped themselves. I feel like you have a better chance on your birthday though. If they know that that's your birthday, then there could be a good chance of a possible happy birthday. Or again, I'm drawn to internet. If there's anything online where you have something public or something like that, or where they could wish you happy birthday, could be something like that too. But it could be around the birthday. But I feel like they've been thinking about it, communication a lot, you know? But I hope that helps, sweetheart. And again, happy early birthday. It might sit on his mind. It might sit on his mind. You might think that he forgot, but he might actually hold on to that. See, the ones who tend to hold on to that little energetic ping-a-ling going on right there, 9 times out of 10, they will focus on little things like that. They will hold on to them. Well, I know that this is that day because it's like any little thing that they could use as a leeway to get their foot in open communication. Those are the things that'll hold resonance. They hold space because it matters. It's when you're not there and they don't have that footing in the door that all that stuff, it's like all of a sudden now they remember this, now they remember that, and now this matters. But meanwhile, when their foot is in the door and they're there, it's like it could seem like it's out the window and completely oblivious. But then it's like, after the fact, it's oh shit. Because they cling on to those things because the thoughts and those memories of those things are all they have left to cling on to. And then if there's a hope of a dialogue, they hold on to those things as maybe this could be a foot entry. This could be, any way to hold on. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. And you're welcome. All right, next up, let's see. It's because of the retrograde and the other things that you should really look into your chart because there could be other things going on where the present astrology, especially when it comes to look at your chart and look at where certain things sit in your chart because those could be why you're feeling heavily affected at this time. You know, it is quite an auspicious time for many right now. Um, Things are about to get really interesting and really good for a lot. So, you know, it's good to have a bit of a heads up. I would definitely look into your thing. Oh, yeah. See, there you go. The fact that you got the Leo rising and Jupiter is going into Leo next, shit's about to get lit. And because you got the Cancer moon, you got the Cancer there. What do you call it? It's Cancer. There's something pertaining to Cancer in a retrograde or something. I can't remember what it is at this time. Well, the advice came out just to trust your intuition. Um, Now, just personal advice. Well, the advice was to trust your intuition about it. But just advice when it comes to your birthday. I mean, look, just because the past comes knocking doesn't mean you have to answer, regardless of whoever it is, right? And if I mean, if you want to talk to them and you want to send the thing to them, then I mean, you could always come forward. But if your gut's telling you just to fall back and just let things be, however they're going to be, trust your intuition, you know? For the retrograde, shit. I put it like this, for the retrograde, if there's anything that you feel is left unsaid, anything you feel that you need to clear out. Like if you feel like you need closure in certain things, in certain aspects, regardless of whatever the relationships pertain to, whether with him, them, or anyone else, clear out your closet, get it all out. You know, sometimes some people don't realize they dwell and linger on certain things because it's the things left unsaid. The closure is something within themselves that they don't have because they have things left unsaid, things left unanswered that they feel like they need that closure for. And sometimes if you feel like that's it, then just get it out, right? You know, do what you got to do, say what you got to do. Hey, Annie. How are you, my love? All right, next up, Justine. All right, what do we have going on for Justine? Let me see. Last call for bookings. After this, I'm off. All right, let's see. You're welcome, baby. All right, let's see. All right. How does Ben feel about Justine? Does he want a relationship? Maybe. They feel like they've thought about it, is what that feels like. I feel like they've contemplated it. I feel like they've contemplated it. I do. You know, they've thought about it, but they haven't fully explored the idea, but it's something that they've contemplated. Um, Let me see what deck. I feel like this deck. Five of Cups, Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. I feel like they've contemplated it, but I feel like they're just not really in the place for it. This feels like someone who's not really wanting to open Pandora's box. This could be someone who they're not ready to settle down. They just kind of want to do their thing. This feels like even if they were to even if you were to open Pandora's box with this one, it just might not, just might be disappointing because it has no staying power. This feels like someone they're not ready for something real, something long term, you know? Five of Cups, Knight of Wands to the Ten of Pentacles, right? And you notice this card, it's a box, it's closed. This is almost like, I feel like they contemplate it. Could even be where it's like they know that if they were to open Pandora's box, this would be something that, they would have to basically, look at this seriously, and they're not ready for something like that. That's what this feels like. They could be viewing this as like something where they're just more so, they're not ready to like settle down. And they view you as someone where it's like, if they were to walk down that line, if they were to, try it, it's like, this feels like someone who doesn't want their wings clipped right now. They just want to have a good time. It's like if they know that you're the type that you're looking for someone for like a relationship, right? Hey, Maya, yeah, just pick whichever one you want. There's different price options for different reads. If you want like no card limit, then the red one, that's like no card limit for whatever I feel inclined to for you. for whatever your question. And then you have different options if you just, want a quick answer to something. you know? Hmm. Just a minute. But that's what this feels like, sweetheart. This feels like it feels like someone who's not ready to settle down. The Knight of Wands is at the heart of it, and hence why it's, contemplating. But I'm getting with this locked box the analogy of Pandora's box, right? It's like knowing that if I were to unlock Pandora's box, then I would have to be taking this more seriously, right? And it's like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to disappoint, but at the same token, I want to spread my wings and fly right now, you know? That's what this feels like. Yeah, see, 5 of Pentacles behind the 3 of Swords, 2 of Wands. So it's almost like they decide not to open Pandora's box just because they know that if they were to open Pandora's box with you, that would be looking towards entertaining something where it's the possibility of being something serious long term, right? It's like dating with intention. This is not someone who's ready to basically clip their wings and they're not looking to settle down just yet. But it feels like they look at you as someone who they could see themselves, you know, what it would be like to go down that line. The fact that they could view it as that, if they were to go down that line with you, it does have the potential to be long term. But at the same token, they don't want to settle down just yet. They're not ready for that. Hence, they don't want to hurt you and, give up your hopes, especially if like you both want different things, which honestly is something that you would hope someone would, they wouldn't try to get up your hopes or waste both of your energy if they know that they're not looking for the same thing, right? A lot of people will hold themselves to situations and break their own hearts investing in something where all if because they're afraid to just ask the question or put it out on the table what it is that they're looking for, right? Hence, you'll have so many that end up in like situationships and, just like friends with benefits, and they're wanting something more. But it's like if you're not addressing the thing, if you're not letting it know what it known be known what it is that exactly you're looking for, if you're looking for something serious, and then you lay your cards on the table, and then the other person lays their cards on the table too, where it's like they're not looking for something serious, that works out and stop it helps to basically avoid any form of headaches, heartbreaks, all of it, because it's a full transparency of putting it all on the table so you don't waste each other's time, right? And I feel like he's not trying to cause any mess between either one of you, because what's the point of opening a box for something that you're not ready for, you know? Well, I mean, that's up to you. I mean, if you're holding expectation towards the connection being something more, then that's on you. I mean, you have to decide, can you be around this person and not expect it to be anything more than what it is, right? Um, I don't know if you're just being friends. Yeah, see, there you go. Well, I mean, this could be something where, your own sense of discernment is being drawn in. I mean, do you really feel like you want to entertain someone who is basically dangling the carrot and then, backtracking on it? Do you want to be someone's maybe? See the maybe? Or do you want to be someone's abso-fucking-lutely? Because what we settle for is what will be, right? So if we decide to just stand there on the treadmill and be the one trying to chase the carrot that's being dangled in front, we have no one to blame but ourselves for holding ourselves to a situation. And if you know that, I put it like this. At the end of the day, we show people how to treat us, right? So if you're showing this person that them dangling the carrot and then pulling it back, teasing you, and then you're stuck in like this limbo land where you don't know what the fuck it is or what the fuck it's going to be, and you still continue to entertain it, then you're teaching them that that's okay. that you are okay with sitting in the void and being in the unknown and being there whenever they feel like it or whenever they're ready, right? So you have to decide, do you want to go down this road? Do you really want to entertain that? Do you really want it to be like that? Or do you want to say, you know what? This is what it is. Thank you for letting me know. And now I will move along my merry way. So this way, I don't have you holding space for someone who is sure for what they want versus someone who just, wants to walk through a revolving door when they feel like it. This isn't a fucking candy shop. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, right? So you got to really figure out what it is that you want. It's not about what they want in this situation, it's about what you want. And if you don't want to deal with something like that, whether it be with him or anyone else, then you have to choose to not give it your energy and say, you know what, that's okay. I'm moving along. That decision is a decision. No decision is a decision. Indecision is a decision because at the end of the day, I know what I want. And if this is not, then you know what? That's just my answer. So do with that what you will. But that's what I got for you, my love. I hope that helped. All right, let's see. You're welcome, baby. All right, let's see. Why is that not showing? Hold on. All right, hold on. I have to close it out and reopen it. There we go. I don't know why it took a minute to show on there. All right, Maisha, baby. I gotcha. All right, Maisha, let's see. All right, let's see. Could this be the one? Could this be the one that Maisha met? Could the one that Maisha met? Could this one be the one? No. Although you could try to make it be the one. All right, let's get to the bare bones, see why. The Magician. The Nine of Cups. The Hurt. Ooh, Ten of Cups. I feel like this is one along the way. I feel like something's going to change down the line between the two of you. Something where you're gonna feel like you're bamboozled. This is almost, this is giving, especially with that magician to the nine of cups, this is giving someone who will, because the magician can also be a trickster. To the nine of cups, this is someone who pretends to be everything you want to be and more. And then when I saw that hermit under the deck, they could just like kind of disappear all of a sudden, close off, right? It's almost like pulling a fucking Houdini. Now you see me, now you don't. Um, I feel like this is just one along the way. I feel like you're still being guided towards, yours is out there, but this is like one of the frogs that you kiss along the way, you know? That's what this feels like. I feel like you'll entertain this one for a while, and they're gonna seem like they are everything you wanted and more, because this is giving like trickster type energy, right? The magician to the nine of cups. This is someone who is purposely going to try to be or come off as everything you want and more. It's almost like too good to be true. And then it's like they come in and they say and do all the right things, and then boom, they fucking disappear. And the magician, think of Houdini, pull that Houdini, poof, disappears, right? And then you're left feeling like, what the actual fuck? I feel like this person is basically pulling one over. This is someone who is very charming. This is someone who knows everything to say. This is someone who will purposely present themselves as someone who checks off all the boxes. Hence, it will seem like too good to be true. And then all of a sudden, boom, they pull the carpet, and then boom. And I don't like that. As soon as I saw that hermit, it's like too good to be true, and then boom, they're gone, right? Um, I feel like you will find that one, your happily ever after. The hermit is being literally led to the 10 of cups, 4 of wands, 3 of cups to the justice card, right? I feel like you could meet someone literally in the physical world. This could be someone who you meet through a friend or at some form of gathering. This could be at like, a party or a get together or something like that, right? Maybe you get invited to someone's wedding or anniversary party or something like that. Um, but I feel like yours is you're the one for you, like the one. They're still up ahead. It's not this person. I feel like this is just a frog. Um, they're, you're gonna come to find out they're like a toad, just one of the frogs in the way. And again, they sell a good game, but then they're gonna ghost. They're gonna disappear, and it's like someone, again, they try to come off as perfect. It's like they know all the right things to say and do. They tell you everything you want to hear. Literally 9 of cups, everything you want, right? To the magician, I'll tell you everything you want. I'll make it seem like, oh yeah, you want this, you want that. Oh, me too, right? And then you think that they're great. Oh my God, this could be the one, and then boom, gone. But that's okay, because yours is up ahead. Yours is up ahead. It's just it's not this one. This isn't the one. The one is still further up ahead down the line. Your the one could even be like a Virgo, but I feel like this one is going to, or maybe this person's a Virgo, but I feel like this person is gonna disappear. They're gonna disappear. There's gonna come a point where they're gonna disappear. They're gonna fall off the face of the earth, and you're not gonna hear from them, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? But it's also feeling like a way to get you attached. This person sells a good game to get people attached. I don't like that. So be careful with that, okay, baby? Oh, he's a Capricorn. Oh yeah, well those motherfuckers definitely know how to get what they want. Those are the type of motherfuckers, if they really wanted to, they could sell you fucking ice in Alaska. They could sell ice to an Eskimo, you know? Look, Ours is the best ice. I'm about to pull out the little accordion hands. We've got the best ice. It's better than all the ice in all of the lands, you know? This feels like someone who could sell ice to an Eskimo. So just be careful of that. All right, my love. Um, I don't feel like it's the one. I feel like you're still in the midst of being led to that one, but when you do find that one, you will know. And not only that, this will be someone who this will be your ever after. I mean, look at how great these cards are, right? This could even be someone who comes in along somewhere after this one, right? But you see how we go from the hermit, and the hermit is literally looking at all this. And the hermit is where we're being led to. It's our inner compass leading. So you don't really have to go looking for this person. You'll find them when it's time. You'll both find each other. And the 10 of cups to the 4 of wands to the 3 of cups to the justice. This is celebration. Like I said, you can meet this person perhaps at like your through a family, through friends, through, going to like a party, a birthday party, a wedding ceremony, something like that. I feel like you'll meet them in in a natural, organic way in the 3D. This isn't someone who you'll meet online or on an app. I feel like you'll meet them organically in a really nice setting. Um, I feel like you'll meet them in a setting when you are literally surrounded by, whether this is friends, family, people you love, you're in a good space, right? And I feel like it happens when you're not even really looking for it. You find each other, you're both led to each other when you're not even really looking for each other. And yet you find each other, you know? So I hope that helps, sweetheart. But yeah, I feel like this one that you're talking to, they're a bit of a toady, but they're a toad that you got to kiss along the way, you know? It's just one of those ones along the way, but not, the final destination. Think of it like a resting stop, you know? Well, that's what I got for you, my love. All right. All right, my loves. With that said, I am about to hightail it out of here. Let me just make sure that that's all of them. All right. With that said, hold on, let me take that down. All right. All right, my loves. With that said, I am now going to call the curtain. I hope you all have a fantastical rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever time it is where you are. I love you all. Be well, be safe. And I will see you all on the next one. Give me about 10-15 minutes to get the timestamps up, and then I'll see you later. I'll probably do another live tonight at the time that I'm doing this because now it is 3 a.m. So it's Saturday morning in the US where I'm at. So I'll probably go live again for an actual all signs tonight. But turn on your notifications and I will see you there. I love you all. Have a great night, day, whatever it is. Bye, my loves.